Section 1, The History of the Washington Quarter, Brief. Let's rewind to the early 20th century. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It was intended as a one-year issue, but due to its popularity, it became the standard quarter design for decades. From 1932 to 1998, the coin carried the famous image of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Now, fast forward to the 1990s, the U.S. Mint was preparing for big changes. The state quarters program was on the horizon, and the minting presses were constantly churning. Amid all this, a mistake slipped through in 1992, one that would turn an ordinary Denver minted quarter into a six-figure rarity. Section 2, The Rare 1992 D Quarter Mint Error. Most 1992 D Washington quarters are completely normal. Millions were produced at the Denver Mint, and they're still in circulation today. But a tiny handful were struck with something collectors now refer to as a proof reverse on a business strike planchet. In simpler terms, the coin has a reverse design that should only have been used for proof coins, but it ended up on a regular coin intended for general circulation. This mistake, known officially as the 1992 D close AM reverse, is one of the rarest and most valuable quarter errors ever discovered. Here's what happened. Proof coins are struck using specially polished dies and have design differences, like the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse. On standard quarters, the A and M are clearly spaced apart. But on proof coins, those letters are much closer together, almost touching. Somehow, the Mint accidentally used a proof die when striking regular quarters in Denver in 1992. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist, and every time one surfaces it sends shockwaves through the numismatic world. Moneybag Section 3, Value. $69,000 to $150,000 plus. So how much is this mistake actually worth? Let's break it down. Gemstone, a verified 1992 D quarter with the proof reverse, close AM, can fetch $69,000 for lightly circulated examples. $89,000 for well-preserved, graded coins. And up to $150,000 plus for high-grade, certified mint state examples in pristine condition. At major auctions, collectors have gone head-to-head, driving prices well into the six figures. Why? Because only a handful exist, possibly less than 10 confirmed examples. It's rarer than most gold coins, and far more mysterious. Brain fun fact, one collector bought a rare 1992 D close AM quarter for just a few dollars, and later sold it for nearly $90,000. Section 4, How to know if you have one. This is where it gets exciting because you can check your coins right now. Here's a simple guide. Magnifying glass tilted right L1. Look for the 1992 D date flipped through your quarters. You're looking for one dated 1992 with a D mint mark under, "In God We Trust," on the obverse. Magnifying glass tilted right 2. Flip it to the reverse side. Look closely at the word America. If the letters A and M are clearly separated, it's a regular quarter. If the A and M are almost touching, with barely any space, you might have the close AM error. Use a magnifying glass or zoom lens to compare. The difference is subtle, but collectors know what to look for. Magnifying glass tilted right 3. Check for where even a lightly worn example could be worth tens of thousands. But uncirculated examples. That's where you hit $150,000 territory. 4. Get it authenticated. If you think you found one, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A professional grading and certification can skyrocket the value. Section 5, Why it's so valuable. You might be wondering, why would someone pay six figures for a quarter? Here's why. White heavy checkmark ultra rarity. There may be fewer than 10 known 1992 D close AM quarters in existence. White heavy checkmark historical significance. It reflects a major minting blunder during a pivotal time in U.S. coin history. White heavy checkmark proof dies on circulation coins, a true oddity combining elements from two separate minting processes. Section 1, the birth of the 50p coin, 1969. The year 1969 wasn't just the year man landed on the moon, it was also a monumental year in the world of British coinage. In preparation for full decimalization in 1971, the Royal Mint released the first ever 50p coin, marking a radical shift from the old pound SD system, pounds, shillings, and pence, to the metric-style decimal system. But this coin was no ordinary change. It was the world's first heptagonal coin, a bold, seven-sided design that immediately stood out. On its reverse was the iconic Britannia design by Christopher Ironside, while the obverse carried the young profile of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin. Stamped with the words, New Pence, the 1969 50p was meant to educate the public and distinguish it from the older currency during the transitional period. Section 2, what makes this coin rare? Most 1969 50p coins were standard circulation coins, millions were minted. So, what makes some of them so special? White heavy checkmark the answer, minting errors. In rare cases, the Royal Mint accidentally released error coins with anomalies such as misaligned dies, double striking, incorrect edge thickness, off-center prints, clipped planchets, or even experimental prototypes with variations in metal or finish. These error coins, especially those from the very first batch in 1969, are highly prized by collectors because they were never meant to be released. Some experts believe fewer than 50 of these rare error 50p coins exist in the world today. Even more thrilling, many of them may still be sitting unnoticed in old change jars, coin albums, or even tucked away in your drawer. Section 3, the value, from $66,000 to $120,000. So how much is this coin really worth? Let's break it down. A verified 1969 50p New Pence coin with a clear minting error or prototype markings can sell for $66,000 on the lower end, for minor, verifiable errors. $89,000 for high-grade, rare variations. And in some cases, up to a whopping $120,000 at auction if the coin has historical provenance or is tied to a test series never meant for public release. A coin in UNC, uncirculated, condition with a rare die error can easily outpace luxury cars, gold bars, and even real estate in terms of value per gram. Collectors in the UK, the US, and Asia have been fiercely bidding for these coins whenever one surfaces. Major numismatic auctions have seen record-breaking prices, and the market is only heating up. Section 4, how to know if you have one. Now here's the golden question. Could you own one of these rare coins without knowing it? Here's what to look for. 1. Date and inscription. Your coin must be dated 1969 and say, New Pence, not 50 pence, which was introduced later in 1982. 2. Check for errors. Hold the coin up to a light and inspect both sides. Look for unusual thickness or weight, double images or misprints, weak strikes or missing details, edge misalignment, a slightly off-center Queen Elizabeth II profile. 3. Metal tones. Some prototype coins were struck on different metals than cupronickel, giving them a slightly different color tone such as a light gold or silver blue hue. NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service. These companies will authenticate the coin and assign a grade, which massively boosts its auction value. Trophy. Section 5, why collectors love this coin. Beyond the cash, collectors are obsessed with the 1969 50p error coin for deeper reasons. Light bulb. It marks a historical turning point. Britain's switch to decimalization. Light bulb. It represents technological innovation in coin design and minting. Light bulb. It's shrouded in mystery, with so few known examples and little documentation from the Royal Mint. Light bulb. It's part of a royal legacy, featuring one of the most iconic images of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. In short, this coin is a time capsule, a rare mistake, and a work of art, all rolled into one small, seven-sided marvel.